All right, so this is a review of our independent and dependent clauses. So we have to know how many clauses we have in the sentence. So first of all, that her father was a philanthropist. Remember, starting your sentence with that, chances are this is a noun clause. And what is it doing? It is serving as the subject of the entire sentence. This thing was well known. So far, I have one dependent and one independent. And then afterwards, you see this semicolon, however, comma. If you remember, however is our conjunctive adverb. And there are three ways to combine sentences, right? Comma, fanboys, equals semicolon, equals period. So in this case, we know there has to be another sentence after this. And sure enough, no one knew. Knew what? Knew how much money, right, he had given to the community. How much he had given. Oops, I shouldn't use it in a different color. I should use it in blue. How much money he had given to the community. Okay, so now in this case, we have two independent clauses because there's a semicolon. So you need at least two independent clauses, right? So we can write two. And how many dependent clauses do we have? Well, first we have a noun clause that is serving as the subject. And then we have a noun clause, how much he had given to the community. He had given, which is subject verb, how much to the community. That is another noun clause as object. Okay, so we have two, and this noun clause as subject, noun clause as object. All right. And for number 23. Okay, so right away, I see a dependent clause, right? Which is a novel. And then I see another one that portrays a person's emotional attachment to the place. And then I see another one where she was born. And I see another one and on which her identity depends. So you might be wondering, what? Where did that come from? Which is a relative pronoun modifying Howard's end. That is why it is non-essential. There is that relative pronoun modifying novel. So that is essential. There is where relative adverb modifying place, and it is essential. And there is also on which, because remember, your end has to be joining parallel structure, right? And it is also modifying the place. So if you remember, our when and where can be replaced by preposition plus which. So for example, Taiwan is the country where I was born. I can say Taiwan is the country in which I was born. And so in this case, we know that, well, we have one independent clause, Forrester wrote Howard's end, plus 4 adjective clauses, right? And I would say there is one essential and one non-essential plus 3 essential adjective clauses. Okay, so this is a very complicated sentence. So number 4, I see my dependent clause, right? Irene has decided that she will stop by an exclusive boutique and buy herself something new. So Irene is the subject, has decided something. So this is our noun clause. And then I see a relative pronoun. Sorry, not relative pronoun. I see a subordinator. I'm going to type subordinator. Because, right? So because today is her birthday. So I have one independent clause and 2 dependent clauses. So the dependent clauses would be noun as object and adverbial. Okay, last but not least, when she was a little girl. So when is my subordinator like because, and that's where I have introducer comma. My independent clause is she sold lemonade. And then afterwards, I have a subordinator so that she could make money to go to the Saturday afternoon movie. So if you find this too long, remember what you can do. You can cross out your prepositional phrases to the Saturday afternoon movie, right? But so that is subordinator. It indicates purpose. So in this case, we have one independent clause and two dependent adverbial clauses. So one indicates time, the other indicates purpose. Okay, so that and in order that. So if you don't remember so that, again, you can go back and review the adverbial clause from Writing Academic English. All right, and that is it for this review.